What's going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again for another Tops in the Morning show. And phew, damn, what a game it was yesterday, man. What a game. The range of emotions were crazy yesterday. Spurs 2-0 up in the game, looking like they're going to win the Super Cup. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go. And Spurs end up throwing away the lead, 2 goals. PSG come back 2-2. And then on penalties, again in the penalty shootout, Spurs 2-0 up in the shootout and end up still losing. Thank God. If I'm being honest, I don't think they deserve to win PSG, but who cares? Who cares? And this is what we're going to be talking about today. Nuno Mendes gets penalty. PSG party started in the Super Cup shootout win against Spurs. PSG 2, Tottenham 2, 4-3 on penalties. PSG scored 2 late goals to set up a shootout. It turns out the DNA of serial winners cannot be developed to win 3 months. Spurs should have been able to announce themselves as kings of the continent here. Flimsy, though, any grand statements after UEFA Super Cup win might be. For the long periods, they overpowered the lethargic PSG, and it looked until the final 10 minutes as if Thomas Frank's playbook had been perfectly imprinted on the White Lily half of North London. Spurs have pummeled PSG in the air, which is what I said on my live watch along, man. That Spurs' game plan definitely was to go aerially, to be direct, long throws, long goal kicks, long free kicks, try to compete in the air. They've got Richarlison, they've got Romero, they've got all these guys that are very good in the air. And PSG, I've not got the biggest of teams, to be fair. So it was a good tactic, and it was working to a T, bro. They could not handle Spurs chucking balls into the box, it ricocheting everywhere. And Spurs were obviously aggressive, getting to the second balls quite a lot as well. So, yeah, man, I feel like they definitely implemented that style very, very well. Big up, obviously, everyone in the chat, man. Leoni is a red. Big up yourself. Big up Carlos. It says Chelsea will use a portion of the World Club bonuses paid to players to make a financial donation to the family of Diego Jaron. Oh, is it? Oh, fair play. And Andre Silva. Fair play, man. Fair play. That's a nice gesture to do, to be fair. Considering you didn't have to do that, man. But yeah, big up obviously the family of Jota, and it still feels surreal, to be honest with you, that he's obviously passed away, because we're just out of nowhere kind of thing. So yeah, man. But yeah, that's a nice gesture, man. I think the family and Liverpool and probably Liverpool fans will actually appreciate that, to be fair, because Chelsea obviously not connected with Jota or Liverpool really in any way. So yeah, to do that is respect, man, respect for sure. But yeah, back into the game. They said they had rarely been under threat, but the Champions League winners perked up after the big up Lee, bro. I told you, man, Kang the Conqueror, bro. If you know, you know. Lee Kang, crisp drive leveled deep in the added time when obviously Ramos glanced in from the header cross from Dembele. How did Dembele get man of the match, by the way? That was crazy. Because he was not good up until that cross. He was not good at all. Obviously, Spurs were compelled to suffer the torment of penalties. Van der Ven and Matthijs Tel both missing, letting Mendes inflict the clincher. Yeah, on the penalties as well. I mean, I don't even blame Van der Ven one, because obviously he's a defender. The only thing I'll say is, why is he third in the whole list? Where was Solanke? He was on the pitch. So I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. Oh no, Solanke took the first one, didn't he? My apologies. But yeah, where is the other kind of attacking players that Spurs had before a defender took it? I didn't think he was going to score in the shootout, but obviously he missed. But again, he took it properly. Just was in the corner. But yeah, Matthijs Tel and that Vitinha, bro. I see Vitinha, on penalties stinks. Even on one he scored against Liverpool in the shootout, Alisson should have saved that. I seen a clip of that last night, and then obviously he missed one against us in the second leg that people forget about, because that stupid run-up, man. Silly. And obviously missed the target. Matthijs Tel did the same thing. Missed the target as well. Yeah. In future, man, stop with a run-up. Stop with the stutter. Just take it properly, man. Like, just take it properly. So, yeah, obviously them two missed. And obviously Mendes scored his penalty for PSG to win the game. Well, yeah, man. Just talking about Spurs. This time, his model was a back three marshaled by Romero, confirmed as the new Spurs captain behind the midfield, designed to obviously snarl and choke. They began briskly. Pedro Porro waving over the both 2 chances arose to implement those pre-match routines. A long throw from Kevin Danso caused alarm, and they packed the box again, which will obviously be foreshadowing later events. Vicario launching a free kick from the halfway. PSG, their build-up dominated by Luis Enrique's decision to obviously ostracize Donnarumma. Were contesting the Club World Cup a month ago and returned to training last week. Were they rusty or tired, or did they even know anymore? No, but you know what? I don't think that's a liable excuse because you've won the Champions League. You know you're going to be playing the Super Cup from when you win the Champions League in May. So you got to put preparations. I know you're in the Club World Cup and obviously the players need rest. I get that. But in terms of, I just think tactically they were just not prepared for what Spurs were going to do. I just feel like they just kind of turned up and thought, you know what, with PSG, we're just going to play our football and win the game. And tactically, up until obviously, literally up until they made that substitution with Lee, and I feel like Spurs' substitutions is where I think they let them down because I think Matthias Tel came on and started giving away cheap free kicks and stuff like that, and just obviously put pressure on the Spurs back line, and obviously they were getting a little bit tired, which is understandable. They've been defending for the majority of the game. Obviously, they had a few counter-attacking moments when obviously they scored. But again, their game plan was to obviously be compact and be structured and solid and defend as much as they could, which is obviously was working. They were 2-0 up with 5 minutes left. So, yeah, man, I just think substitution-wise, PSG substitutions were a bit better than your man there. So, yeah. Big up Luis Garcia. It says Giovanni Leoni. Leoni will be today a Liverpool player for medical tests and contract signing. He's traveling with his agent as a deal is 100% done with Liverpool, as reported yesterday, says Fabrizio Romano. Fair play. I mean, I didn't realize he was 18. I knew he was young, but I didn't realize his actual age. So be interested to see how much minutes he actually gets this season, man. Big up Tops. Says, hey, big up yourself, Dre, man. What phase is Thomas Frank in trending until the last 10 minutes? Cyber relief they didn't go on to win it. Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. For sure, bro. It was a close one. I can't lie. It was a close one, man. But yeah, PSG ended up doing it in the end. 30 million for an 18-year-old centre back with potential. I mean, yeah, they must highly rate him. Again, the last kind of player that I can remember going for that amount of money at 18 was Saliba. When we bought him for about, it was about, yeah, I think it was about 30 mil, like 28, 29 mil or something. 27, no, it was 27 mil. That's how much it was, 27 mil. But yeah, but the only thing I say is that they kind of need him to play, no? Like, again, Gomez is injured now. So you got Konate and Van Dijk. Van Dijk, yeah, I don't know how many games he could play this season. I know obviously he's still a quality player, but 33, 34, can he play 60, 50 games in a row without no injuries, without a lack of form, without getting a bit fatigued? I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, he did it last season, but obviously every season is a bit different. So that's something you got to obviously take into account, as well as obviously Konate's injury issues as well. There's normally a period in the season where he's out for a few weeks too. So you got to man that as well. And also there is obviously talk. India Cali, he might be tier 1 now. He might be tier 1. Baleba news dropped. Rodrigo news dropped. I think he dropped his Donnarumma news as well. Listen, he might be tier 1, guys. But yeah, he was saying that potentially Real Madrid are going to be after Konate this summer transfer window. So yeah, I don't know, man. If they lose Konate on top of that and get obviously this 18-year-old and Guehi, I don't know whether obviously Liverpool fans will be happy with that. Leoni is better than all the Chelsea defenders combined. He dragged Lukaku. What was this? What was this? Sheffield United fans are shameless in the league. Last night they scored in the 75th minute. Trying, can we play you every week? They scored to make it 1-1. By the way, yeah, that's atrocious. That's atrocious. Tops, did you hear? Jimmy Uso listened to Jacob Fatu, not Naomi. Didn't proceed with caution. I went all gas, no breaks. Got Naomi break. Yeah, I heard that rumors that Naomi might be pregnant. I'm not too sure. I think the podcast comes out today. So yeah. Must say big up Tops in the chat. Must say big up ST Kit, the laughing emoji. Big up everyone in the building. Big up yourself at ST. Big up Carlos. Big up Mayhem as well, man, in the building. But yeah, just talking about obviously the game last night, PSG, and the shot almost told when Richarlison gave him a glimpse. So yeah, man, I just obviously just going through the game really. But yeah, obviously Spurs didn't win the game. Obviously PSG came out on top as well. So. Yeah, man, we'll have to wait and see what happens, man. But yeah, obviously going on to this kind of teenager that Liverpool are obviously linked with as well. Liverpool are closing in on the signing of 18-year-old defender Giovanni Leoni from Parma for a fee for about £26 million. I've never heard of him. I don't know if you guys in the chat have heard of him before. If you've played FIFA, if you play Football Manager, I've never heard of this guy. Like, it wasn't one of these because normally when you see or I hear about a 18-year-old, sorry, even like defender, you normally kind of hear about some kind of murmurs. Even like when obviously I remember hearing about Lenny Euro before United were even linked with him when Real Madrid were looking for centre backs. That was later on in the season, or middle of the season. They were looking at centre backs. I was seeing his name keep popping up, but I've never listened until like 2 days ago was the first time I've even seen this guy's name. So yeah, it's the centre half as emerges key target for Arnie Slot's side. He's now set for a move to Anfield. The under 19 Italian international began his career. And actually he's at Parma now. Liverpool could further boost their defensive ranks and remain in talks with Crystal Palace for the centre back, Mark Guehi. So I think the plan might be to sign him and Guehi, which again probably is going to cost about over 60 million for the two of them. Now they might say, well, if we can try and get some money back through a Konate, then obviously might pay for it. So yeah, two players that they're looking to try and get. It says Steve Parrish said earlier this week that Mike Guehi might be sold to avoid him moving on a free transfer next summer. If the clubs do agree a fee, the level of playing time he would be afforded at Liverpool would be crucial consideration for Guehi in a World Cup year. That is very, very key. I think potentially that's what might make Liverpool try and sell Konate even more. If he's not going to sign a new deal, they don't want him to go on a free to Real Madrid again, like they had obviously last season with Trent. I know they got 10 million compensation, but it's basically a free, innit? So yeah, they don't want that to happen again. I think if he goes that, Guehi's going to be reassured of game time because he's going to be starting with Van Dijk, obviously. So I think that'll probably make him come through. So the Reds have already spent £270 million this summer alone. But they have recouped 170 million through player sales. That's a lot, to be fair. So they've already spent 100 million net. They've also had, but bro, nearly 300 mil and potentially getting eased out. This is what I'm saying. In terms of without the net, you're going to be spending 400, 500 million pounds in one summer, basically, near enough. As well as getting obviously Guehi and all these guys. It's going to come to like 500, at least 500 mil, in my opinion. So yeah, to spend that, you're going to be winning the league. I'm sorry, bro. That's $500 million in the summer. In one summer, bro. That's crazy. Marcel Luis Garcia, behave yourself. Carlos, you should be a comedian, honestly. I know I'm elite. Champions of the world, Carlos does that. Change the fact that he got dragged. Ex-United player, ex-Chelsea player, like a sack of rice. What the hell? Real, are you thinking about bidding for Konate? Let's see. I think they might do, I think if they get some encouragement, I think they might actually try and bid for him for sure. Man said, Garcia, I just saw Van Dijk get dragged on the weekend and missed time a tackle to give away a penalty. What's man talking about? Yeah, VVD did get dog water, to be fair. Topsy's heartbroken. No, are you mad? I'm gas, bro. They lost. That's what we're talking about. Champions of the world, Carlos, for 18-year-old who just played 17 top flight football, dragged £90 million player as big as Lukaku, says a lot. You are in tears. I've never watched him, Garcia. Lukaku sold the Serie A blood. Leoni can't drag the league winners medal off him. True. They did that. Yeah, I keep forgetting that they won it, because you know what it is? I think that obviously the narrative at the time was that Inter Milan were going to do the treble. And they just didn't win any trophies. They just didn't win that because obviously they beat Barcelona. So people were like, yeah, you know what? They might be the guys that are going to win the Champions League. Then again, they were top for Serie A for so long in comfortable position. The people thought they were going to win Serie A. They didn't win that as well. So yeah, I always forget like Napoli actually won it in the end. And Conte won it in his first season back in Serie A. Man, he's got that division a lot, bro. He's won it now with what, Juventus, Inter, and Napoli now. Crazy. I'm on the Premier League with Chelsea, so yeah, you gotta respect it, fam. You gotta respect it. They've also had a £110 million bid for Isak rejected by Newcastle. Those sources have told BBC Sport that the Sweden remains determined to move to the Premier League Champions this summer. Signing Leoni, Guehi, and Isak will take Liverpool's summer spending past 400 million. Jesus. Giovanni Leoni is a very strong in the air. He's technically gifted player as well. He could come out from the back, start playing out and building from the back. He's obviously his most impactful in the air. So he's very good in the air, apparently, according to this article. He's Italian journalist, speaking on BBC Radio Merseyside. He's improved a lot in the air too. a couple of big clubs in Italy, including AC Milan and Inter Milan, were also after him. So I didn't expect a bold move from a Premier League club so early, to be honest. But Liverpool put the money on the table, probably even a bit more than Parma were asking for originally. Oh, damn, okay. Who wouldn't fancy playing at Anfield? I think any player would be happy to join Liverpool and, of course, the Premier League champions, which is the most entertaining and attractive league right now in the world. I would have loved to see Giovanni join a big Italian club before moving abroad, but that's football. The market is open. If a club like Liverpool comes in for 30 million euros plus bonuses, it's difficult to turn such an offer down. It will be difficult for him to start regularly. He knows that, but I don't think that's a major problem at his age. Having the opportunity to be a part of such a strong squad and play alongside great players, especially someone like Van Dijk, is a huge opportunity. So they're speaking highly of him. It'd be very, like I said, it'd be very interesting to see how much he actually plays. I've got a feeling he might play a bit, to be fair, for the simple fact that I think you're gonna have to try and rest Van Dijk, man. I don't think you can play him in League Cup games and FA Cup games on top of the Champions League, and you gotta give him a rest. So he might actually get a decent amount of opportunities, depending on how far they go into these kind of competitions, isn't it? But yeah, man, the big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. I said Chelsea will win the league. Says Das. Ball just sent Luis Garcia back to the Favelas. Carlos, you sound sad. Don't worry, Palmer and João Pedro will know who Leoni is. I'm happy blood. I'm the world champion. He's gonna run this gimmick. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video, man. Only on 5 likes, but make sure you guys smash the like button on the video, bro. But yeah, in terms of my thoughts on this transfer, like I said, it's an interesting one. Like I said, I've not seen anything of him, to be fair. So, but obviously at 18, to pay that much money for him, there's obviously something about him that makes him highly rated for someone of that age to get a Premier League move this point in his career, and for Liverpool to be willing to pay that much. Obviously, they see something in him. Maybe they see him as the Van Dijk replacement. I don't know. 18-year-olds, obviously, Van Dijk's 33, 34. Maybe they're invested in it now and see if they can try and develop him while Van Dijk's still at the club. So that might be a thing why they're buying him. But yeah, I think in general, they needed a few bodies in. And I think getting him in and Guehi in kind of boosts up their defense. However, if they lose Konate, is that a better defense than they've got now? I don't know. Because I personally think Konate is better than Guehi. But obviously, again, Konate's got a few injury issues, and obviously his contract's running out. So again, if you have to swap the two, then again you're probably going to want to swap Konate so he doesn't go on a free. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It'd be very interesting, and also as well, Konate and Van Dijk do have a very good partnership that they've built up over the last 2 or 3 years. Is it going to be the same with Guehi and Van Dijk if they're going to be the new partnership? So a lot of different, and people have said this before. Even though Liverpool are buying all these players, and on paper they are good players, it is a lot of disruption between like relationships between centre backs. They've got 2 new fullbacks. Obviously, they've got a brand new keeper that's going to be a backup. They've got probably a new strike force. Like, there's a lot of changing around compared to what they had last season. So I don't know if that's going to take a little bit of time to adapt in terms of like rotation preparation. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like up the thing. Big up ST says I've never heard of Leoni before. Nah, I know neither have I, man. Neither have I, my brother. Big up Andrew. Liverpool building a very solid squad. Says Andrew. I mean, they do need some centre backs in. I did say that a couple of days ago, actually. I think last week. I said they need to get some centre backs in for sure. After the Charity Shield or Community Shield or whatever, I was like, yeah, they look a bit light at the back, centre back wise. If a couple of injuries or one more injury, who the hell's playing with Van Dijk? If Konate gets injured, Gomez is injured now, Kwanzaa's left. They're playing Endo there, bro. They're playing Sabozlai there. You know what I'm saying? They're playing all these players there. So yeah, big up. Darcy says Chelsea first, Man City second, Liverpool third, Arsenal fourth, Man United fifth, Villa sixth, Newcastle seventh, Tottenham 8th, Crystal Palace 9th, Bournemouth 10th, Brighton 11th, Fulham 12th, Everton 13th, Forest 14th, Brentford 15th, West Ham 16th, Leeds 17th, Wolves 18th, Burnley 19th, and Sunderland 20th. I mean, potentially Sunderland might be higher than that. I think I can see Burnley being around there. I can see Wolves being around there. I can see Brentford being around there. I'm still not sure about West Ham. I don't know if they've improved enough as well. I said Leoni's 69 rated on FIFA. Chelsea signed Sarr both at 16 centre backs for 10 million euros. Arsenal need some bodies in too. Yeah, 400%. So yeah, Chelsea did sign some centre backs. Let's hope João Pedro and Palmer will end up in his pocket. Bro, do you think he's actually going to play a lot? Cause I don't know, man. If you get Guehi, I think he's just going to be a backup. I don't think he's going to, unless you get, obviously, more injuries. I don't know, man. You have to let me know. Guehi is England's best centre-back. I need him back at Chelsea. Yeah, man. I mean, to be fair, the options aren't amazing. They've got, him, Maguire. Obviously, tomorrow is decent as well. Kwanzaa. There's not a lot, man. There's not a lot, to be fair. Gomez. Must have definitely could take time for Liverpool to gel. Andrew, respectfully, what's an Arsenal there? Finish with a laughing emoji. As long as we got Arteta, man, I'm not confident, bro. I can't lie. I'm not really that confident. Unfortunately, it's true. Arsenal are washed. Says Andrew. Guehi rejected Chelsea. As far as I can remember, Guehi was an ex-proper Chelsea. So no to Chelsea. Sad. Garcia, Chelsea haven't gone for Guehi. Garcia. Yeah, man. Stick it on him, bro. Stick it on him. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. So yeah, that's obviously the Liverpool news. Speaking of Guehi, you might as well get into it. No dice for Liverpool. Why Mark Guehi set to stay at Crystal Palace despite Premier League champions transfer interest. Mark Guehi is set to stay at Crystal Palace for this campaign despite strong interest from Premier League champions Liverpool. The Reds have been linked with a move for the English defender for a long time now. However, they are far from reaching an agreement with the Eagles over a fee for Guehi, who's into his final year of his contract. So he potentially might be staying. According to Jack Russell, Liverpool might not land their key transfer target in this summer's window, as Guehi may well stay put at Selhurst Park. The journalist claims that the Reds are yet to negotiate an evaluation of the defender with Crystal Palace, and the delay proving to be a hindrance in completing the deal. Guehi is also worried about regular game time at Anfield, which is a major concern for the defender, less than a year before the 2026 World Cup. And I think, for me, with the Reds set to miss out Guehi, they have instead shifted their focus on Parma's 18-year-old Giovanni Leoni. The English champions are reportedly inching closer to reach an agreement with the Serie A side, who are demanding 30 million euros and bonuses for the young centre-back, etc. as well. So, yeah, interesting, man. Guehi don't told you that that's fake. If Eze really... Big up IME, bro. Big up yourself, brother. It says, if Eze really supports Arsenal, you should never go to Spurs. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Remember, Colin laughed when I said I wanted Guehi, so dismissive, and now look. Yeah, I mean, he's I think I remember at the time I said I like Guehi, man. I rate him. I think it's decent. To be fair, I think he definitely needs it. Him and Eze, and even Mateo. I think you just need no disrespect to Crystal Palace. Obviously, they won a trophy. They're in Europe, but I feel like they all could do with like a step up in terms of playing for a bigger team, innit? And obviously, they're all at I say similar age, but they're all in like their mid to late 20s. So, yeah, I think potentially they could all get a move this summer. But it says Guehi's into his final year of his contract at Palace, and he's yet to put pen to paper to fresh terms. The English defender is reportedly planning to see out his deal and might leave the club next summer on a free transfer. So, yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. I feel like it's going to take Palace actually pushing Guehi to obviously get sold, because, again, they're not going to want to let him go. Remember, they rejected £70 million. I think it was January, wasn't it? Because I remember Newcastle came last summer, and it was like 60. I'm sure in January they tried to bid for him again. It was like 70 or something, and the Palace kept rejecting it. And now potentially the guy could either go on a free or go for like, I think I've seen the reports are reporting that it's going to be like £30 million, which is a massive drop in like 6 months. 40 million fucking drop, man. And obviously he's still the same quality of player, so yeah, that's kind of peak for Palace if that's the case. But yeah. It says, Oliver, what's next of Crystal Palace? Oliver Glasner's side, who recently upset a star of the Liverpool side and won the Community Shield, will kick off their Premier League campaign on Sunday as they take Chelsea away from home. Crazy. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel, man. Big up everyone in the building. Big up AFC always. Tops, big up. Top Gun is now slagging off Tony Adams for spitting facts about Odegaard and Arteta. Maybe shut up and listen to the man who's been there, done it, and won titles at the captain. Yeah, man, everyone's entitled to their opinion, in it. Like, again, I feel like he made some good points as well in terms of obviously what we've actually seen previously at Arsenal. And again, like, he's only going off the fact that we've not won anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously something has to change, whether it's the captaincy, whether it's the players, whether it's the manager, etc. Something obviously has to change from last season to what we do this season. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same thing. So, yeah, man, big him up. Obviously, he's a captain that's won trophies at Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you definitely have to obviously pay attention to what he's saying for sure. I would say that's Guehi loves Chelsea, but I think you don't need us more defenders better than him. He's a hype player, but not top. Says Das. Let me just try and get to this. Big up everyone in the building. Big up Chris, man, in the building. We will get both Guehi and Leoni, in my opinion. Yeah, I think the Guehi one, I think, will drag on a little bit. But again, you've only got obviously 2 or 3 weeks left. But yeah, I think towards the end of the window, Chris Palace will fold and be like, you know what, we'll just take 30. We just need some money in for him and need to replace him in it. So yeah. Big old Luis Garcia says VVD is old. Konate will leave this summer, or the next Leoni is bought to start. Leoni made a call today. You obviously must rate him highly, man, for this praise. If you think he's good enough to obviously help you win a league title again, playing at centre back at 18. So we'll have to wait and see, man, bro. Big up Tom Ford. What's up, chat? Big up yourself, man. Just got my A-level results and I did good. Congrats to yourself. Congratulations, bro. Hopefully you're happy with results. As you said, you did good. And yeah, man, big up yourself, man. Hopefully you have a good year next year, then, man. Whatever you decide to do, my bro. But big up yourself as always for being in the chat. Big up Andrew says Palace should have taken the money. Listen, man, they definitely should have taken the money, bro. £70 million. I think again with the guy. Remember, he would have had 2 years left because it was only last year. So 2 years left to get 70 mil, bro. You gotta just take. Like, I don't understand what they were. Maybe they were thinking he was gonna sign a new deal. That's the only thing I could think of. But you got to be realistic, man. If he's playing for England, he's obviously gone on to win the trophy, which obviously didn't know they were going to do at the time. But if he's playing for England, there's going to be a period of time where, especially when his contract's running down, even if he signs a new contract, he's going to want to leave anyway. So, bro, yeah, I'm a bit shocked. Normally, Palace do. I mean, again, the thing with Palace, though, I don't know if you guys noticed, they did it with Elise, but they do tend to try and not sell at the right time. You look at Zaha. They wanted 80, 85 mil for him. And in the end, did he end up going on a free? I can't even remember, man. But yeah, they didn't really get much money for him, if at all. So that's one of the players. And then Guehi could be another one. This is why I feel like they're trying to obviously not push Eze out, but are open to the fact that Eze could be sold to get some money in, because I don't want another kind of situation where he's got 1 year left next year and then he's going for 30, 25 mil. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, can't have a Leoni who's no one's watched as backup to Konate and Van Dijk, because drop-off will be massive. While if we get Guehi as well, you're sorted. Yeah, that's it. I mean, again, Chris, do you think you're going to keep Konate? Because, again, there is rumours. Indy Cali, who, again, obviously dropped the Baleba news. He's saying that Real Madrid are going to be trying to get Konate this summer. And you might be open to selling him, considering he's only got, a year left now. You don't want another Trent situation, so you have to let me know. It says, congrats to Tom Ford. Yeah, man, big up Tom Ford, man. Congrats to yourself, brother. Definitely agree with that as well. Well done, mate. Of course. Big up the chat for congratulating, Tom. Of course, man. Crazy if he leaves for free next year. Yeah, for sure. I don't think you can, especially if it's because it's going to be to the same team as well, bro. Like Real Madrid getting Trent and Konate both on a free back-to-back seasons ain't a good look. I'll be honest, man. I feel like even if he goes to Real Madrid, at least get some money for him. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if he's not going to sign a new contract, then yeah, you might have to do it. Liverpool are playing hardball for Guehi. Yeah, for sure, man. I think, again, they know they're kind of in a position of power, considering they know Guehi's not going to sign a new deal. So he's either going to go on a free, or Palace are going to get some money for him right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and I think Palace will welcome the money to try and reinvest into the team, get another centre back in, and go on from there. Big got IME from Richard Romano said that Arsenal have never been in for Leao. That he's staying at AC Milan. I've always told fellow Arsenal fans not to get your hopes up on that one. Yeah, that was always fan driven though. Anyway, like that was always big up yourself, IME, as always. That was always fan driven, bro. That was always kind of fans putting it into the existence that Arsenal need to get Leao. But we were never having any concrete links to any Leao at any moment in time, if I'm being honest, bro. But big up yourself as always. Crystal Palace win the Conference League, but in the Premier League they finished mid-table. Yeah, I can see that, bro. They definitely should be winning the Conference League, considering the amount of players, the amount of teams that are in there, the level of teams. Maybe you might get a top team, maybe semi-final, final, probably the final, really, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, I expect Crystal Palace to go far if they take it seriously, of course. Liverpool are playing Football Manager. with a laughing emoji. Yeah, they are, man. Nearly 400 mil, bro. Nearly 400 mil potentially, man. And the thing is as well, like if they spend that, and again, I know they've sold very, very well, but listen, all the teams have spent a lot of money and had a lot of pressure on them to deliver. So yeah, I feel like again, it's going to be definitely pressure for them to at least retain the Premier League title for sure. I think Slot read Rivals comments. They are crying for Wirtz. Let's bid for him. My EFPL, Bergen, Pedro Parra, Jalaba. That's a decent team, to be fair. That's a decent team. Renders. That's a decent. How much? Damn, was that within the budget as well to get Wirtz, Palmer, Haaland, Watkins, João Pedro in and the same thing as well? Is decent, to be fair. Decent. Yaro is 18-19. He's starting for United. Leoni will show Yaro levels. Yaro is good though. Yeah, Yaro is decent, to be fair. He's a decent player. He's a decent player, man. Big up IME says, my question of the day, what's your surprise team, underdog team come the end of the season? Ooh, that's a very good question. I'm trying to think of teams, man. Potential underdog team. Let me have a look at the teams, man. Quickly. But that's a very good question. I'm not sure. I'd like obviously Sunderland's business. Not to say they're going to be amazing in the league, because again, they'll probably will be in a relegation scrap. But I do like their business, man, that they've done this summer for sure. Getting some players that I didn't think were capable of getting. I think they've done very, very well. You know what? My underdog team, I'm going to go for Everton, you know. I think Everton under Moyes, I rate Moyes as a very good mid-table manager. Like, he will get you in positions where the fans are now expecting that to be the regular, even when before he comes or after he goes, it's never the regular. For example, Everton being in around the kind of European places on a regular basis, getting into the Champions League that 1 year. And then after he left, kind of going down a little bit, going down there like the relegation zone a little bit. And then again, with when he was at West Ham, similar thing, won them the European Cup or Conference League, in and around that kind of 5th, 6th, 4th position for a couple of seasons. He goes, and now they're near the bottom. So, like, yeah, I feel like he definitely is good at those kind of mid-table teams, establishing them as kind of serious kind of like level teams. So, yeah, I would say that, man, for sure. Any Arsenal links? Only about Zinchenko, bro. I have to get onto that in a minute, my guy. Excited to see Sunderland in the Premier. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Them and Leeds, to be fair. Proper old school Barclays players, man. But yeah, I am excited to see Sunderland, man. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Say them a light on that. And yeah, I said, who are your bottom three to be relegated? I said, my bottom three. Bro, this guy hates Arsenal more than he loves Chelsea, bro. I'm telling you. This guy hates Arsenal, fam. I hear it, man. But nah, in terms of bottom three, I think it's gonna be Burnley. Because again, I'm not sure they've done enough in terms of going forward. I know they've got your man there from Sporting that used to play for Tottenham. I can't remember his name now. They bought him last season. Is it Mark Edwards? They got him. Obviously got Berrier. But yeah, they've still got Ashley Barnes, man. He's a housery striker, bro. Like, they've still got him up front, man. Barnes and Wood, you know, crazy. But yeah, man, I feel like I said, for me, Burnley is one. I would say that potentially could go down. You are looking at maybe, I don't know, I want Leeds to stay up, but potentially them as well. I don't know if they've done enough in terms of improving their attack. Because with these kind of promoted teams, you know they're going to concede goals. It's just whether they can get themselves out of trouble and score at home and score against teams away where they can potentially nick some 3 points here or there, nick a draw here or there. I mean, that's what ends up obviously keeping them up as well. Again, you've got obviously teams that come in and they implement a philosophy, a style, and after that, it's like, wow, okay, these guys are actually they're gonna be here to stay kind of vibe. So, but yeah, I think it's all dependent, man. It's all dependent. But yeah, you guys in the chat, you have to let me know who you are thinking as well. I said it's increasingly likely that Real Madrid will make a last-minute offer for Konate. The signings of Guehi and Giovanni Leoni at Liverpool could open the door for Konate as a copy and paste merchant. Copy and paste merchant is crazy. Liverpool versus City versus Chelsea for the league, and maybe Arsenal. Listen, man, I think it's going to be very interesting the first 6 games because, again, you can argue Arsenal got the hardest 6 as a collective with Newcastle at Man City, Man United, and Liverpool in the first 6. I've got Nottingham Forest as well. So it's only really Leeds where you look at thinking, yeah, definitely, we should be winning that. The other ones, we could drop points in all of the games, literally all of the games. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And obviously, after the first 10 games is where you kind of know who really is going to be in and around what kind of area, really. So it's all about how we start for sure. Porto have shown interest in Arsenal defender Zinchenko, according to sources Give Me Sports. The Portuguese club are understood to have made contact with Arsenal, though conversations are still at an early stage. Both clubs are enjoying a good relationship, which could help if discussions progress further in the coming days. Arsenal, though, are thought to be open to allowing the 28-year-old to leave this summer, while Zinchenko is believed to be open to a potential move. Yeah, this has to happen, man. Just get him gone, bro. Just get him sold, man. It's because, again, it's one of those ones where, bro, this is not right for sure. I don't know where he got he's not on 200k. That cannot I've looked at it before. He's on like 150 or something. But even that's too much anyway. He should not be in more. And I think that City he was on like 60 or something, like low, bro. The Ukrainian international joined the Gunners from Manchester City in 2022 and is been part of Mikel Arteta's squad for the past 2 seasons, playing a key role in their push for the Premier League title. Zinchenko, who currently earns 200k a week at the Emirates, is now in his final year of his Arsenal contract, which expires obviously at the end of the year. The situation could make a transfer more likely, with Arsenal potentially preferring to sell now rather than risk losing him on a free next summer. Last season, his minutes were reduced due to injury and rotation, while Arteta often used other options like left back. Marcelo Skelly was often first choice, while Calafiori, Kieran Tierney, and Timber also started ahead of Zinchenko on occasion. Yeah, that is actually true, to be fair. There was a period in the season where we started playing him in like that number 10 role. It lasted like a month, and then we just never played him there again. So, yeah. Then Porto are looking to strengthen their, obviously, team ahead of the new campaign, targeting players with experience, technical quality, and versatility. Zinchenko, who can operate at left back in the midfield, fits that profile and is seen as a player who can add depth. With no formal offer has been made, Porto understood to be keeping a close eye on the situation. Arteta manager has also publicly stated that several players are expected to leave the Gunners before the end of the transfer window. So yeah, hopefully that one gets sorted, man, Carboy. It's crazy, man. I said Mafia might be wash chat. What would you mean? You already just got it. You're not rating it. You're not rating the store. I've seen it advertised. This is probably one of the most games, this and FIFA, probably the last, 5 to 6 months. Spider-Man as well, when that obviously comes out. I've seen that actually most advertised. So they are putting some money into the marketing to try and get people involved. But no, you're not rating it, man. You're not rating it. City going to struggle versus Wolves as always. They're just about beating them last season. You're right away from them anyway. Last minute, John Stones header. Haaland is my captain. You would say he's definitely going to. The thing with Haaland, he will score. But like I said, the only issue with him, if he doesn't score, he's not going to get you any points anywhere else. That's the only thing compared to like a Palmer, Salah, Saka, whatever. What happened to Chelsea's bid for Konate? Don't tell me you are broke. You can't even bid £43 million. Carlos White, Salah, my captain, and Palmer, my advice. I am me. Extra question of the day. Which big team do you think is going to drop a shocker performance come the end of the season? Oh, I mean, the thing with Arsenal are up there, man. There's potential that they could have a howler. They're definitely. I'm trying to think who else, man. Obviously, the expectation of Man United and Spurs obviously have dropped dramatically considering where they were before. I think potentially Newcastle. I know that I'm not seen as a traditional big club, but with them being in the Champions League and stuff like that, I don't know, man. I think potentially without Isak's goals, guaranteedness of the goal, I think they might struggle to score as frequently as they were before, even though they've still got a very good team. And also as well, the Champions League rotation, man. Players, teams that play in the Champions League, bro, it's hard to maintain the two, man, for sure. Hard to maintain the two. But yeah, you guys in the comments have to let me know what you think. Who you think the big team's going to be struggling for? But again, these are all predictions. Again, normally we predict these things and it's completely the opposite. Like, who would have thought Nottingham Forest would be third for half of the season? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Garcia, my academy graduate, didn't leave on a free after winning the league. We're laughing emoji. Now Canate wants to leave Liverpool to sinking ship. Hey, it's not. Listen, the thing with Liverpool is I feel like with them, even though again their attack is obviously very, very good still, but I feel like they are in a little bit of a transition in terms of Salah's only going to be there 2 more years. Van Dijk's only going to be there 2 more years. Alisson probably is only going to be there 2 more years. You've already got your new keeper, cool. You need to get obviously a replacement for Van Dijk, whether it's Guehi, potentially you might have to get a replacement for Konate as well if he's going to leave. So that's 2 centre backs you've got, 2 top level centre backs you got to replace, and Salah. Whether that's going to, I think Isak's the Salah replacement, not in terms of like for like player, but just in terms of like star key name or in that kind of forward area. I think that's going to be kind of the big name you get to kind of replace him when he potentially might get sold next season to get some money for him, or again, because he's going to go to Saudi, isn't he? So yeah, man, this will be his last big contract at Liverpool. So yeah, big ol' ST said, I heard bad reviews about the swimming in Mafia. Apparently you can't swim. It just, oh, what is this PS2? What do you mean you can't swim, bro? Do better, man. What the hell? Oh, that's giving me PS2 vibes, brother. Swimming isn't needed in the Mafia game though. It shouldn't be open world, you said. I've been trying to do it like, obviously I played Mafia before, but you know what it is with Mafia, and I agree to an extent, because again, the last one I played, it was just the same missions. Like you just so I agree, you didn't really need for it to be open world because it was kind of mission driven, the last game anyway. And you were just kind of doing the same. It was so repetitive. You're just doing the same kind of thing. So yeah, maybe they have to look into that for sure. Big up Box Fresh. What's going on, player? What are you telling me, bro? Hope you are good. Hope you're well. With emoji, with the eye emoji. Hopefully you're good, my brother. Good to see you in the chat, as course. My EPL, Sanchez, Kwanzaa, Palmer, Salah, Verts, champions of the world. Carlos, you're crying again. Take Konate, I challenge you with a laughing emoji. I don't need that injury-prone player like Reece and James. Like Reece, him and Reece could be best friends. Sorry, wonder about Konate and Reece. Who said Reece James is injury-prone? He's played 24 games in a row with a laughing emoji. 2-0, and they effed it up. Says a Box Fresh, 100%, brother. Thank God they did, my guy. Thank God they did. Big up yourself every single time. Tops will be Tops will be doing lives after our games this season. And yeah, I'll be doing some like reviews and stuff for sure. When I can, man, for sure. Just to obviously analyze what's gone wrong and whatnot. So yeah, big up yourself, eyeing me for the question, my guy. Now this Mafia is like 1 and 2, not 3. Okay. I get you. Common Reece owns more hospitals than houses. Reece is the face of injury-prone players with a laughing emoji. But yeah, man. Give me sports sources previously reported that Fulham had made an approach about a deal for obviously Zinchenko, with Arsenal valuing him at £15 million. That deal hasn't progressed yet, and now Porto have entered the race. I feel like that deal was dependent on if obviously Robertson was gonna go to Saudi, which again they had a few bids for him. I don't know why a Premier League club hasn't looked for him, and he's been very consistent in terms of not only like statistically, but like obviously on the ball, he can provide assists. He's very good at interceptions as well. He knows the Premier League too. He's quick. So yeah, I'm surprised a bigger team has not gone in for him, even if he was like as a backup kind of player. In the last couple of years, man, I don't think he'll be massively expensive either. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what actually happens with that for sure. Said there's always fights in this chat. I love it, LOL. Bro, it's the best chat, man. The best community, man. Banter galore. I'm telling you, bro. Banter galore. Big ol' ST, bro. Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, all going at it, man. That's what we like to see. This is what we like to see ahead of the new season as well. Well, yeah, obviously a bit of news about Fabrizio Romano, what he's put. Understand Christopher Nkunku is one of the main names on the buy-in shortlist. He's considered an ideal player to cover several positions, but ideal is dependent on the cost. Several clubs asked for Nkunku this summer, open situation. So yeah, he is expected to leave Chelsea this summer. And again, it's one of those kind of things where there's just too many players in that position, man, at Chelsea at the minute. So yeah, he obviously wants more game time. So yeah, he's going to be on his way out for sure. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Leoni's obviously having his medical today for Liverpool, so that's going to be a done deal. Be very interesting to see if he's in the squad for obviously. Oh, he's not going to be in the squad. I've just realized Liverpool play tomorrow, don't they, against Bournemouth? So yeah, but again, probably next week, man. He might be in the squad as well. This obviously was news that broke yesterday. Roma have asked Aston Villa for Leon Bielli on a loan deal with a buy option as well. Roma are also in direct contact with the players' agents, as they have later reported. Talks ongoing, not the only option on the shortlist. So, yeah, it seems like Villa are obviously they've just sold Jacob Ramsey to Newcastle. Potentially, they're linked with Leandro Trossard as well. India Kali dropping the bomber yesterday. Apparently, they're in talks. So we'll have to wait and see who they replace Leon Bailey with as well. Obviously, Coleman is obviously gone to join Al Nasser in Saudi, so he's gone there. That's all done. Fenerbahce closing on a move for the Benfica player there. I'm staying at PSG this summer. Ramos also he was linked with a move to Newcastle at one stage. Dembele with the player of the match. I don't know how he got that. Definitely should have gave it to Leave. But yeah, Reece James or who? Man, can't wait for these after the game lives. We need them. Big up yourself, brother. Appreciate you and the positive comments as always, my guy. Garcia, don't let me go there. That's the time. Who's Jordan? Who's Jordan again? Oh, listen. That's crazy. Carlos, are you already there? You just pay 43 million for Canate and take him away. Comment, my boy, you can do it. Big up Kurt, man, in the building, man. Big up, bro. Big up yourself, brother. Hopefully you are well. Hopefully you're good, my guy. Just going through, obviously, some news here about obviously Liverpool and also other teams as well. PSG winning the Super Cup against Spurs. Another trophy in a fantastic year for PSG. So it literally is only Chelsea that beat them in a final. Otherwise, they would have won this Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and obviously the treble or quadruple, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, a lot of news about obviously Leoni as well. Matty O'Reilly keen on a Juventus move. Very interesting, man. Obviously, I was only been at Brighton for a year. Understand Juventus are considering a loan with an obligation, but only if Douglas Luiz leaves. So apparently Douglas Luiz has been linked with a move back to Aston Villa, as well as obviously a Premier League move to Manchester United. So we'll have to wait and see what happens on that regards. Premier League clubs, Premier League is the right step for obviously Donnarumma, in my view. We're working on it. There are zero talks with Italian clubs. We are still shocked by PSG's behavior. Manchester City are keen on Donnarumma, man. I think he's going to go Man City, to be fair. I think they're just going to try and get Edison out and then, yeah, change it up. PSG made that so hard last night for some reason. Honestly, bro. Honestly, man. Listen, they did make hard work of it. Last minute equalizer, penalties. They were obviously losing that as well. Vitinha missed the first one. So, but yeah, they ended up doing it in the end, my guy. PSG, another trophy for sure. Big up Andrew, man, as always in the comments. Shirky is now our new number 10. Damn. Very, very interesting, man. You'll have to let me know how you think he's going to do. If he's going to start, he's going to be Foden and him rotating. So, going to be very interesting for sure. 300 bags a week for a keeper is mad work. Yeah, there's no way. He's going to have to put his wages down for sure. Even the 250 he's on. I can't see many maybe Man City might, but I don't know, man. Even with that, it's a lot of money, bro. It's a lot of money for a goalkeeper for sure. I like to like wages-wise, especially because they're going to want a fee on there. I'm hearing that, obviously, Fabrizio said they want 50 million euros, which is about 42 million pounds. 42 million pounds for a keeper with 1 year left and he's going to be on 200, 250 is not a good deal. Like, that is a terrible deal, to be fair. Like, for me, it's one or the other. You either don't pay a massive fee and then you put him on massive wages, or you pay the massive wages, right? Or you pay a massive fee, and the wages are not that big. Do you know what I'm saying? So, either for me, man. But yeah, I reckon Man City is probably going to be the case, but he's going to have to put his wages down, in my opinion. There's no, even the 250 he's on, I think he's going to have to be on maybe like a 180 or something, 190, something a bit closer to that, man. Otherwise, I can't really see a team going in for him on the same kind of wages. Obviously, Fulham keep working on, bro. You know what kills me with Brazilian players, man? These first names kill me, bro. Massive Kevin, you know, Kevin, Malcolm, Willian, like these first names kill me. But yeah, they keep working on Kevin with Shakhtar Donetsk. Agreement done on the player side, but no green light for Shakhtar as far as they insist on a 50 million euro fee. Talks will continue in the next days and could move to next week. I've never heard of him. I don't know if you guys in the chat know if this guy's any good. We actually played Shakhtar in the Champions League, and yeah, man, I've not heard of him still. So must be highly rated if they're going to pay 40-odd million for him. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see for sure. Is Shirky with a football fantasy football point, Kurt? What about Foden? Yeah, I don't know. Like, what is the situation with Man City in terms of who's going to start where? Is Foden going to be on the right? Like, is he going to be like, are you going to rotate? Like, what is kind of the plan there? Fabian Ruiz came on and made PSG much better. He should have started. Yeah, him, bro, him. But for me, I think Lee in terms of, I think Fabian Ruiz helped with like the quickness of the build-up for sure, Kurt. I feel like when he came on, they were a bit more quicker in terms of trying to get and progress up the pitch. Again, probably because they knew they were running out of time as well. But for me, Lee, bro, Lee, Kang, whatever you want to call him, Kang Lee, he was the guy that changed it for me, man. Not only the goal, just in terms of how he was trying to be progressive in those kind of key areas where people were hesitant and shooting and stuff like that. I think he was the major key for sure. PSG kicked out Donnarumma for the road. Anana, Enrique days are numbered. Listen, man, that second goal he let in, bro. I said on the live, I called him Kit Kat fingers, man, because I just slipped through. I don't know what was happening with that, man. I mean, Shirky got the number 10, what Jack Grealish used to have. So yeah, I mean, position-wise, yeah, like what is it going to be in terms of, is he going to start? Is he going to play on the left? Is he going to be more in the center? Like, going to be very interested to see what he does. Mazen Grealish is washed. There's Andrew. We'll see what he does at Everton, man. I feel like potentially he could revive his career if he actually stays injury-free. Obviously, doesn't do the extra activities outside, obviously, of the football. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I said, Fred. Like, Fred's another one. There's gotta be Bear, bro. A Brazilian called Kevin's killing me, man. Just Kevin, fam. Not even like Kevin Sutton. Like, just Kevin. Killing me, bro. Killing me, man. Big up everyone in the building. I'll make sure you guys like on the video. Oh my gosh. Kevin is killing me, man. Kevin is killing me. But yeah, man. Obviously you had Hulk as well, but that's more like a nickname, innit? But yeah. Crazy. Big up Kurt. He says that new PSG goalkeeper should have saved that second goal. Even Edison says that. Yeah, he definitely should have done a bit better, man. Make sure you guys like on the video as well, people. But yeah, he definitely should have done a bit better with that, for sure. I think Donnarumma saves that for sure, man. I can't lie. But to be honest, Spurs, if it would have ended 2-0, I wouldn't have said anything. I think Spurs would have deserved to win the game. I can't lie. Yeah, I think they played very, very well, if I'm being honest. And they analyzed what PSG were going to do and nullified them for the majority of the game. Literally the last 5 minutes, when obviously just before Lee came on, is when I think they just started to get a bit fatigued and tired. And allowed them a lot of space. And the quality goals, to be fair, in terms of look at the goal for Lee. The finish is sensational. And then, yeah, the build-up play and the cross for Dembele for Ramos to finish it off with the header is very, very good as well. So, yeah. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man, as well. But yeah, man. What's going on? Jack Grealish is washed. That's why I disagree on Lee. Or Lee said Pep ruined him. That's just a lazy comment. Listen, I think at the top level, I just don't think he had a very good career at Man City, if I'm being honest, bro. Like, I don't think he ever showed a level where he was like one of the, because he should have been one of the best players in the league. And I don't think there was ever a period, I don't know, maybe people might disagree with me, but I don't think there was ever a period when he was at City where people like, damn, Grealish is one of the best players in the league. Like, it was just like, he was at City, he was playing, don't get me wrong, he was part of some of the games that they won and the trophies that they won, etc. I don't disagree. But I never looked at him like, damn, he was one of the best players there. It was more like, if anything, that season, it was more Alvarez. Everyone was like, apart from obviously Haaland, who was killing it. Alvarez, everyone was like, oh, Alvarez is good, like, do you know what I'm saying? Kind of vibe, rather than Grealish. And for me, based on the price tags and stuff, it should have been Grealish that was getting that kind of adulation with his performances. So, yeah, I don't know whether he even kind of got to a level where you could even call him washed. Because to obviously call him washed from that Man City level, you would have to have played at an elite level anyway. But I think he's been kind of mid for a minute now. Like he's just been average. He's been okay. You know what I'm saying? Edison couldn't catch it. That is mental. That could be a red. Tottenham missed out, missed up after the second goal, just sitting back and trying to park the bus. Yeah, I think again they were getting a little bit tired. I think the substitution quality that they had, I think that they kind of needed. Ironically, like if they had like a prime Son and they're still at the club, that would have been ideal just to push them up the pitch a little bit. I think Tell was kind of just running around, conceding like silly free kicks and stuff, and inviting pressure on obviously Tottenham's back line and that. But yeah, I think they definitely missed kind of a substitution to try and get them up the pitch for sure. Madueke, I don't know why I said that. Medical to begin today for Leoni, giving permission. Yeah, for sure. I thought Grealish would have had the same effects that Hazard had at Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, again, that should have been the case, bro. That should have been the case. highly rated, £100 million, 300k a week. Like, you're coming in, you've been one of the league's probably best players in terms of that doesn't play for the big six or top six. You probably were the best player. So you would expect him to obviously elevate and obviously become even better. But I just feel like stylistically, as well as obviously his own performances, because he just didn't kick on. But I just don't think he did above and beyond. And maybe he was just obviously following Pep's orders in terms of just being a ball retention kind of player. You're in the team not to score goals, but just to be a ball retention player. But even that, man, to get 3 goals and 1 goal, I don't know, bro. I just feel like there wasn't enough emphasis of being a game changer in the game with goals as well. Like, you can do it, you can do both. You know what I mean? Players that are not a natural goal scorers can still score. Like, even with Hazard, he wasn't a natural goal scorer, but he still scored goals. He didn't get 3. Do you know what I'm saying? On a regular basis. I think one year he didn't score for a year, I remember. But it wasn't like on a consistent level where he was just getting 2 goals, 1 goal, 3 goals, and 3-4 seasons in a row. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's definitely something that he had to work on for sure. What's going on? League Gunner saying Pep doesn't rate balling wingers. So Mahrez and Prime Banana didn't play for City. Nah, listen, I feel like I disagree with Lee for that for sure. City have had some sick wingers, bro. Obviously Sterling was more like a system player as well, but again, he was doing his thing. Sane was sick. Like, before that ACL, bro, Sane was different. He was different, fam. I think people forget that ACL just mashed him up, man. But before that, brother, I remember, bro, he wasn't really scoring that much goals. Like, he wasn't getting like 20, 25 like Sterling was. But, bro, he was just by far the better player. Like, he was just skinning people left and right, going inside and outside, could go on the byline, could go inside, could score with either foot. Like, he was doing his thing, bro. So, yeah, man, I feel like he definitely can. I think the ballers that he's had, or the wingers that he's had at the minute, I just feel like they've had to accommodate a lot for Haaland. Whereas beforehand, when you got your Jesus's working hard, even Aguero bought into it towards the end of the kind of his reign or his tenure at Manchester City, where you had to work hard off the ball and track back and create space. That obviously creates a lot of space for your kind of wingers to do their thing as well. But when you got Haaland in there, you're kind of just facilitating for him in a way. Like, you're just kind of there to make sure he gets a lot of goals kind of thing, rather than you chipping in with a few as well. Unless you're like a Mamouche, who naturally is kind of more of a forward rather than a left striker. So, yeah. Kurt, these are lazy comments, man. You gotta ignore them. Lee said Pep killed Savio already. What is he talking about? Mane, Mane was sick. Yeah, and this is where I feel like, I forgot about Mane. You know, Mane was cold, and the thing is, he didn't really play as much as he probably should have. He was rotated quite a lot in some of the games, man. But yeah. Why did you say Mane? It's Mahrez. Sorry, Mahrez was sick, man. Mahrez, Sterling, Sane, all balled out. League on proper rates. Jack Grealish. Now, Grealish is a good player, but at City, I just don't think he's lived up to the hype, bro. If someone called him a flop, I couldn't disagree with it in terms of like what he's expected to do and what he's actually produced. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of goals, assists, like not even just that, man in the match performances, key moments. Like, no one can remember any. Like Man City fans might remember a few, but bro, you know these kind of guys, even like with someone like a Hazard, even though he never got like 30, 40 goals, like, you know, there's going to be a load of games or crucial goals he scored or performances where you're like, this guy was the best player. With Grealish, there's not a lot of that you can remember, if I'm being honest. Doku isn't a Pep winger. Yeah, I don't think he is either. Savio will be. I don't rate Doku. Carlos, I know Doku is whack. In my opinion, City should have signed Elise. That's a Pep kind of winger. Elise, I'm not hating on Lee because I like him and he's one of my favorite content creators. No, listen, you can always disagree with people, man. Not everyone's going to agree with any kind of take that someone has, for sure. But big up Lee, man. But yeah, not everyone's going to obviously agree with every single take, man. You can definitely disagree with people's opinions for sure. I said Mahrez blood. Yeah, I know, man. My bad. I think Lee just upset because Savio might be going to Spurs. Lee is stress blood. His Arsenal are washed. Nah, but to be fair, he's been calling out for a minute. He's not wanting Arteta since he got there. To be fair, so he's been consistent with it. I'll be real. He has been consistent with it. But yeah, man. But yeah, in terms of like you saying Man City and stuff like that. Yeah, like I said. I think the likes of Savio and I think the roles for the wingers that I've seen with City have been much different to where Mahrez was there and stuff like that. Like, I feel like they are they're there to kind of more facilitate, like I said, Haaland, rather than have their own kind of individual brilliance on their own in that said position, in it. But I just don't think the players that they've got, they're obviously, because Doku for a winger is even though I don't particularly rate him either, but in terms of age wise, he's not like he's 27, 28. Do you know what I'm saying? Same with Savinho. It feels like they should be like the backup wingers, and then you should have like a Mahrez, like a prime Sane or whatever in there ahead of them, and then they're like kind of the deputies. That's what it feels like to me personally. But yeah, Grealish is, for me, Grealish just didn't cut the mustard, man. I don't think you've got your money's worth at all. Like people forget he cost 100. Like he cost 100 million pounds. That's a lot of money for one player to not have performances or moments or kind of seasons where he's the player of the season, for example, or he's been the best player for 4 or 5 months. Or do you know what I mean? There wasn't. I can't remember a phase or a period where he had that. Do you know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, man, it's okay. Yeah, 100%, Andrew, man. It's okay. You can still be cool with someone and chill with them or whatever, and you just don't agree on an opinion, man. It's only football, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not end of the world, man. It's not that deep. Do you know what I'm saying? You can just have different opinions and move on, man, for sure. Pep had David Villa balling out for left wing. Pedro at Barca. Alexis Sanchez always hold him to the Barca standards. Didn't mention Henry because he's a right. This guy, yeah. I tell you, this guy hates Arsenal, fam. This guy hates Arsenal. It's like whoever started that. Pep doesn't like black players. What? Currently, with a laughing emoji, City currently wingers are a massive downgrade for sure. Kurt, Etu, and Yaya Toure said similar. Yeah, to be fair, Yaya Toure did come out and say. I think Etu said it as well, that he wasn't a fan. Maybe that was from their personal experiences. I don't know. But yeah, man. But I don't know, man. It's just one of those ones, man. It's just one of those ones for sure. But there was Yaya Toure was a sick player. I think he's underrated as well, bro. I don't know. I think if he played for maybe a Man United or another team, Liverpool, like he'll be regarded as one of the top level players that I've ever played in the Premier League. And I just don't think he gets that respect in it. Because in terms of as a player, bro, the guy could do everything, literally everything. I remember when people were, someone was comparing him to Pogba or Pogba to him. And then people were like, oh, that's a disrespect to Pogba. And then someone put like a compilation of Yaya Toure. And then the person replied saying, you know what? This guy literally, bro, because you forget, the guy could pass. He was sick at passing. His tech was off the chain, bro. Some of the goals he scored, left foot, right foot, was ridiculous, man. It was just, obviously, he just utilized in certain areas because they had other players that could do, obviously, the job as well, but couldn't do all the jobs that he could do. Like, you had David Silva who could create and obviously be a conductor as well. But Yaya Toure could do, like, if you wanted him to. But again, he could play centre back. He could play, obviously, that box to box. He could play 10. Like, bro, he could do a lot of stuff, man. I think he's sick. I can't lie. I think he's so sick, bro. Honestly, one of my favorite players that obviously didn't play for Arsenal. I think he's so cold. Because Hates say I would also agree what haters will say I always agree what Lee Gunner says, but no, I don't. Oh, you're a yes man, Kurt. We were laughing emoji. Didn't also try to sign him. Yeah, man. I think we tried. We had him and his brother on loan, but what happened was I think he couldn't get his like visa. It was like a permit, a work permit. He couldn't get it in time, and by the time he got it, I think either he chose to go to another club. Now, yes, I think he couldn't. He had to wait a year to get it. So then he went to a club in Spain, I think, and then went to Barcelona. I think that's the case. But we ended up just getting Cola. Otherwise, we would have had them both, which is kind of mad when you think about it. Yaya Toure had technique, but he's labeled as a pace and power. Yeah, for sure, bro. The thing is, he was more techie than the pace and power. Like, he should have used that more, the pace and power, than he actually did. There's only a few occasions where, obviously, because you'd only use the power thing where maybe he needs to obviously get out of that situation and, you could just bulldoze through it. But, bro, he was techie, man. He was very, very technical, quick feet. Bro, he could turn, like he was skillful as well for a big player. Brother, not enough respect. Not enough respect, man. He got 20 goals as well. 36 GA, I think, in one season. He got 20 goals, 15 assists in the 2014 season. So, yeah, man, very, very good player. Yaya Toure played centre-back, CDM, CM, and attacking midfielder too, which this is what I'm saying, all at high level as well, bro. Played CB for Barcelona. I think that was the year when they won the Champions League, I think it was. He was playing centre-back, man. Like you said, CDM, CM, 10 as well. Bro, very, very underrated, man. Pace and power if you're black. Yeah, true. Yes, and Wenger tried to sign him. He did. Mate, someone's called me a league on a. What the hell? Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's the Dom Liquor is crazy. That's a red. That's a straight red. What the hell, bro? Wenger, what's a Wenger blood? Kurt with a laughing emoji. I hear it. Arsenal could have had Mahrez. Yeah, bro, Arsenal could have. Yeah, Kante, like the list goes on and on, man. I don't even want to go through it. They might have players that Arsenal could have got for sure. But yeah, man. Well, yeah, man, we definitely could have, man. Some City fans always talk about Rodri and Fernandinho. Yeah, Fernandinho, but not this. And this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, this is what I'm saying. Look at the praise that Rodri's got, and comparing to the skill set that Yaya Toure had. And who would you say is the more like Yaya Toure can definitely do what Rodri can do, but there's certain things Rodri can't do that Yaya Toure could definitely do in terms of dribbling and stuff like that, man. Even though Rodri obviously is a decent dribbler as well, but in terms of the not even just the power, just the technical kind of close ball control and in tight space he can get out for a big guy. Bro, Yaya is top, and obviously Rodri's won the Ballon d'Or, bro. But you would never put Yaya Toure, and maybe it was a different generation. Maybe they were better midfielders, like as a whole, when Yaya Toure was in his prime compared to now, because the midfield pool or your football pool in general is obviously not as big. But yeah, man, I just feel like for me, bro, Yaya is definitely underlooked. Let's be real, if Yaya was white, more people would rate him highly. Underlying racism is it on the belly thing? I need to get that sound, man. Is on the belly. Rodri is overrated. Scam the Ballon d'Or. Imagined City midfielder now with Yaya, Fernandinho, Rodri in the same team. Bro, it would be top level, man. Top level. You'd have everything, literally everything. Creativity, flair, power, pace. But yeah, man. I agree, man. I feel like for me, Yaya definitely deserves some more respect for sure, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video. As well. There's no way I'm taking Rodri over a prime Kante. Obviously, two different players, but Kante won the World Cup, man. Kante won the Champions League. Kante won the Premier League. Kante was just unstoppable, bro. In his prime, innit? Like, unstoppable, fam. It was literally like having you're against two players. He was like one of the main reasons Leicester won the league, because, and this is what I mean, man. I do miss, you know what I do miss, man? I do miss those gems from Liga or Ligue 2, where you just find them for a small amount of fee, and then you just mold them, and they're just an amazing player. Like, I feel like because there's a lot of money in football now with transfers, you don't really get that as often. You just get the big money signing and stuff like that. But bro, there's nothing more satisfying than getting someone like, well, it's not even obviously to a lesser scale, but when we got Guendouzi, for example, from Ligue 2, it was that 7 mil, and the guy was balling out. I'm like, this guy's actually good. And he's playing in the second division of the French. Like, those kind of things. Obviously, it was at a smaller scale. But yeah, obviously, you've had it with Mahrez, obviously being found by Leicester as well, Kante as well. But yeah, bro, they're the best kind of players for me, man. When you kind of find those kind of cheap players for 4 or 5 mil, and you go through there. It's okay to say Kante is better than Rodri, but I'm not having Rodri as Rodri is overrated, or Rodri scammed the Ballon d'Or, says Kurt. I think Rodri is a very, very good player, man. A very, very good player. And during obviously City's dominance, he's been literally, in my opinion, the most important part of it. Especially when them obviously winning the treble and stuff like that. Because I don't think they can replace him in this moment in time with the players they've obviously had previously or had before, as well, man. So I think it's good. I think it's very good. And again, he's got the trophies to back it up, as well as obviously winning the Euros with Spain as well, man. So yeah, he's been a key part. Carlos says he's overrated. If Rodri was from Algeria, he wouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or or be raved about. I said Algeria is nuts, bro. Now you know what? With the Ballon d'Or, this is why I don't take too much stock in it, because it is a favoritism thing, and I feel like it does depend where you actually come from as well. Again, not a lot of African players are even nominated or in that kind of running for it as well, to be fair, for whatever reason. And yeah, it just depends on what kind of domestic trophy or European trophy you've won that season, whether it's internationally or obviously domestically in it. So yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it, man. I just don't think like it's realistic. I do rate Rodri though. I do feel like he's a good player. Do I think he's overrated? I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know, man. I don't think he's overrated personally. I think he's a good. I think he's been class for the last few years. I think maybe people have overrated how good he's been before this kind of little period. Like when he first came to England, he was terrible, man. Like I remember City fans wanted to sell him in it when he first came to obviously Manchester City. Then he gradually obviously improved. But I feel like the lack of top level kind of midfielders when he's been emerging has definitely obviously propelled him more into that kind of spotlight, being the best midfielder or one of the best midfielders in Europe. I feel like if he still had a plethora of kind of top level midfielders around the kind of top clubs that are at his age, because obviously he's what, 29? So obviously guys like Casado and Rice and all these guys are obviously younger than him. There's not really, I'm trying to think of another 29 midfielder at a top club. I don't think there is one, to be fair. This is what I'm saying. So that era doesn't really have that kind of level. Obviously you got Bruno Fernandes, but again, he's not the same kind of player. So yeah, man, I feel like there's a lack of top level kind of midfielders around the 29, 30-year-old mark that's still playing the Premier League at the top level, man. But yeah, what's going on? Tops, in my opinion, this is way Mahrez is better than Mo Salah because of what he did at Leicester and what he did for his country. Interesting. I think, I think again, I think Mahrez is a better technical footballer for sure. I think again, the things that he could do, the touches and skills and stuff like that, technical ability off the chain. But you do have to say that Salah's longevity in terms of scoring goals consistently against every team you can think of, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Liverpool, apart from Liverpool, he's played for them, whether it's Man City, whether, you know what I mean? He does season in, season out, season in, kind of a machine. I feel like you have to put respect on that because I think one of the biggest, hardest things in football is definitely consistency for sure. So yeah, my European tax is heavy. Big ST says, disagree, Kurt. Salah scored over 30 goals a season for like. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. That longevity is ridiculous. I'll be honest. Not to say again, to on the eye as a technical footballer, I'd rather watch Mahrez. If I'm being honest, I'd rather watch Mahrez. However, you have to put respect on Salah's name in terms of he's just robust, bro. He's productive. He's consistent. Like he will get you X amount of goals, whether he's playing well or not. Like, and that is a level of quality in itself because not a lot of players can do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of players can go 4, 5, 6 seasons still scoring, whether the team's doing well or not. They still manage to impact the game at one stage or another. Can Mo Salah win Leicester the league? Very good question. I disagree, bro. You can't say Mo Salah is better because of GA. Mahrez better to watch, but Salah is better than him. Because then Mo Salah is better than Ronaldinho. I think I get what you're saying. But I think it's a little bit different because again, I think Mo Salah and obviously Mahrez both play on the right. So I think in terms of position wise, it is fair to compare GA as well as obviously technical ability. This is why I feel like it's not a definite answer for one or the other. And you can see both sides in terms of technically Mahrez is definitely better than him as a footballer. But Salah's goal scoring effectiveness overall obviously is better. Whereas Ronaldinho, he's like an anomaly, man. Where he didn't really even have a position. People say 10, but he was just everywhere in it. He was just playing on the wing. He was playing on front line. He was just playing everywhere. He's a proper like Jago Benito baller in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe as just a footballer, Mahrez is better, but I take Salah over Mahrez as part of a team. When Salah doesn't score, he doesn't do anything. He creates chances, Kurt. That's so fake news. When Mahrez doesn't score, he does things. But that's the thing, though, Kurt. 9 times out of 10, he does score. LOL. Laughing emoji. Yeah, Mahrez will beat a man with a dribble or two, but Salah creates chances. Yeah, I think now Salah does create. To be fair, Salah does create. I know. I think you know what it was. There was a period. I think that was when it was obviously Salah and Mane, where Salah, or I can't remember which one didn't pass to one or the other. I can't remember which one it was, which way it was, where Salah wouldn't pass to Mane and Mane wouldn't pass to Salah. And there was a period where Salah just cared about goals. But I feel like in the last couple of years, he has matured into. I mean, well, he got 18 assists, so obviously he nearly broke the assist record last season. So he does, and that's why last season he had such an amazing season because he got 29 goals, league goals, and got 18 assists in the same season, bro. That's mental. That is mental, man. Nearly 30 goals and 20 assists, bro, on his own. Like, yeah, crazy season. I don't think he's going to replicate that. But even my point being is that he has matured in terms of like as a player. He does create a few fair bit when he's not scoring as well. This is why in fantasy last year, bro, he was inevitable, man, because if he wasn't scoring goals, he was creating them in it. He was getting a couple of assists or whatnot. So yeah, man. What's up, going? Yeah, that's the problem with scoring goals. A disgrace. Without GA, Mala doesn't do anything. Lazy guy is overrated. Lampard was known as a goal scorer, but he was a passer and creator as well, and it's overlooked. Yeah, he definitely could pass as well. To be fair, Lampard, but because his goals were so good, it's crazy. When Salah doesn't score, he doesn't do anything. What a crap check! What crap check his assists? LOL. Kurt, this is just racism and false hate at this point. Mo Salah is only a Liverpool legend, not a Premier League. Nah, he is a Premier League legend. That's crazy. Nah, he's a Premier League legend now. You know, I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. What was it? What, 3 golden boots, 2 Premier League titles? Nah, he definitely is. He scored a lot of goals, man. He scored. You know what it is, Kurt? He scored for too long not to be. Like, he scored for, and he's won trophies. People were saying that Harry Kane was a legend and he didn't even win anything, but because he scored so many goals, man. So yeah, he's won every trophy. He's contributed. He's won golden boots to win the trophies as well. He definitely is a Premier League legend for sure, man. For sure. Massive Landit RSL. Salah is massively underappreciated. It's because his name is Mohammed, a Muslim. Kurt, you don't know more. Kurt woke up on racist mode today. Nah, Kurt's racist mode always kills me, man. Massive a disgrace. Yeah, man. I don't know if for me, I like Salah, man. I think again, because of the way he plays, it's not obviously appealing on the eye. It's a bit kind of ricochet, like pinball-y when he kind of dribbles and you don't really know what he's going to do. But yeah, I think, bro, you got to put some respect on his name, man. You know what I mean? Like 29 goals. I think he's got obviously the overall record now of GA in one single season, I think it is, with what he did last season. But yeah, man, I think, you've got to respect him for sure. Does Mo Salah get into the Premier League all-time 11 tops? Oh, no. But then you could say, yeah, I mean, what on the right? I mean, he will be the options. What? Obviously, Ronaldo. And people say Ronaldo, but for me, Ronaldo wasn't there long enough, innit? Like, especially at his peak. He probably had 2 years. Probably the 2008 and 9, maybe we'll say 3. No, I say 2 years. 2008, 9, and obviously 2007, 8 were kind of his peak years. Whereas I think Salah's had probably more, if I'm being in the Prem anyway. Obviously, Ronaldo is Ronaldo, innit? But if you just go in Prem alone, because obviously he would obviously played on the right, they're not front. I'm trying to think of other players, man. Do you put is it better than Massive Willian? You know, Premier League 11 is a good. No, there is a good argument. Massive Willian right wing. You know what? Off the top of my head, I can't think of a bag of player because it's just kind of a random question. But nah, you have to you guys in the chat will have to let me know what you think, man. Like obviously, what do you put Hazard there, or is it more on the left, like, or more in the 10? So yeah, you just have to. It just depends, man. Because right wing, obviously people say Ryan Giggs, but then you look at Ryan Giggs in terms of, I mean, I guess it was different era. GA didn't really mean anything too tough. You literally just were playing on the wing and you just crossed it in for the 2 strikers, man. And you were direct, and that was it. And you get ratings for that. Not to say downplaying or whatnot, but yeah. I think there's a couple of seasons Ryan Giggs got 5, 6 goals, 4 goals. I think there's one season he got 3 goals, man. But yeah, he's going to be the obvious one that people are going to say. But again, I didn't really see too much of him in his prime. That was more like late 90s, isn't it? To be honest with you, let me have a look at his stats. So, during his prime years, he got 3 goals 1 year, 8 goals, 3 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals, 7 goals, 8 goals, 7 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals, 13 goals 1 year, 11 goals another year, Premier League goals. They were his best seasons. But yeah. I said Salah is top 5 forwards in Prem history, says ST. Giggs was left. Oh yeah, Giggs was, he was left wing, wasn't he? He was left wing. I've seen Premier League 11 with Bale in. So yeah, I've seen that as well. To be fair, Harry Kane in there as well. Yeah, you know what? I think it's a generational thing as well. You know, oh boy, if you're putting Bale in after he obviously had one stellar season. He probably had 2 good seasons, but one top season where he got obviously PFA Player of the Year. And yeah, he's in the all time. But I feel like people conflate it with what they do in other countries, which I don't think you should do personally. I think you got to do what they've done in the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? I said Giggs, Franco Zola over Salah, taking Hazard over Giggsy. Listen, B Walsh. That's all. Look, B Walsh. Would not have it, man. You're drunk, Kurt. I said, Kurt, I'm 3 years older than you. So when did you see Zola? I said Harry Kane. Hey, Harry Kane up front. I seen it, bro. I can't remember who did it, man. So yeah, they put Harry Kane in there, man. Saying yeah, he's the best goal scorer in Premier League history. One, actually, he's incorrect because it's Alan Shearer. But 2, this is what I'm saying, man. These young generations, fam, when they grow up with certain players like that, then they get gassed and like, yeah, he's the best of all time kind of thing. But yeah, Harry Kane, he's crazy. Kurt is a style merchant. A few fans who step over, he's apparently better than 9 years of consistency. Says RSL76. Kurt just has an agenda. As I said in their ball on this, Harry Kane is so overrated. I mean, Harry Kane. You know what with Harry Kane? Harry Kane's a good player. Obviously, Harry Kane's one of the best strikers that has been in the Premier League. Let's get it right. But obviously, the massive asterisk against him is that he didn't win any trophies. Like, he didn't win one thing. Why in England? I'm talking about for Spurs. But again, his level of consistency in terms of scoring goals, you have to respect it for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think you can call him the best when you've got other strikers that I've done it. I've seen people put Suarez in there, by the way, and he was only in the division for about 3 years. Saying he's one of the best strikers. He should be Premier League all time as well. So yeah, man, difference of opinions for sure. Man. Obviously, Harry Kane got 213 goals in 317 games. He got 30 goals in his last season for Tottenham, league goals. Season before 17, 23, 18, 17, 30, 29, 25. Yeah, this period here between 2015 to 2019, where you got 25 goals, 29 goals, 30 goals, 29 goals. Yeah, that's the prime. That's the peak. This is league goals as well in the Premier League. 30 goals in 37 games, 29 goals. Bro, you got 29 goals in 30 games, bro. What the hell? That's kind of mad. I can't lie. That's kind of mad. I'll be real. I'm an Arsenal fan, but that's nuts. 29 goals in 30 games. He got a goal a game. Yeah, mental. I said, no, this new generation of social media fans have got these balloon... I said balloon inhalers and corpses thinking, oh, don't, man. Not for me, brother. Not for me. There's an argument that Drew has a better career in history. Look what he's won. Yeah, FA, Champions League. Yeah, basically everything but the Premier. As Kurt, Aguero is miles clear. My personal Prem doesn't feature any Arsenal players, of course. Suarez only in Spain, not the Premier League. Pep rated Kane Kurt. That's why he tried to sign it. Yeah, true. That is very true. You did try, Man City did try to sign him. If it wasn't for Daniel Levy, he probably would have been at Man City, to be fair. He obviously blocked the move, innit? Didn't want to sell to a Premier League team, former, or not another Premier League team. But yeah. But no, man, yeah, no, Harry Kane, he's done up numbers, to be fair to him. He's done up numbers, man. Done up numbers on a consistent as well. On a consistent. So yeah, man. I see VVD also in the Premier League all time, huh? I got nothing to do with what I said. RS. All time. VVD in all time is kind of crazy as well, to be fair. Kind of crazy as well. I mean, again, it's one of those ones where, you know what it is? I feel like, obviously, with certain players and teams, because they're the best for their particular team that they've probably seen, then sometimes they try and put that in the kind of all-time Premier League best. Like, obviously, Harry Kane is going to be the best striker Spurs fans are probably ever going to see. Let's be honest, with the amount of numbers he's got. Similar, obviously, like you said, with all the players, man. VVD may be the best Liverpool centre back in Prem history as well. So, yeah, I think it just depends, man. It just depends on the team that they play for sure. I must say, these balloon inhalers, coat sniffers, and vapors were saying Ruben Diaz is better than. I swear, I don't know if I don't know, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. You said Harry Kane was overrated. I just pointed out your manager who was more knowledgeable than you disagreed. Nah, you know what? Even though I don't like Harry Kane, man. Like I said, I feel like again because of the lack of trophies he's won, people say, okay, what is his trophies amounting to? A bar last season, which was obviously the Bundesliga, people would just say nothing in it, which is a fair argument. At the same time, he still scored all these goals against all the top teams as well. This is like a 8-year run, bro. This is an 8-year, 9-year. He started scoring in 2024. Sorry, in 2014. He got 21 goals in 34 games up until 2023. It's like a 10-year stretch of him getting 21 goals, 25 goals, 29 goals, 30 goals, 29 goals, 18 goals. But obviously, there was a period where he was injured quite a lot. He only played 28 games. He got 17 goals. Played 29 games. He got 18 goals. Then 23. 17, which is probably his worst. That was his worst season. Yeah, we got 17 and 37, and then his last season he got 30 and 38. So, and even the 17 goals and 37 in all comps, he still got 30. But he was just in the league, he didn't get that many. So yeah, man, he's very consistent, bro. Very consistent in terms of goal scoring wise. John Terry is one of the best centre backs I've ever seen in the Premier League. Master Richard Dunn is the best centre back I've seen. Master Richard Dunn. You're taking a Michael, bro. You're taking a Mick. Richard Dunn, you know. Richard Dunn. Premier League. Barclays Premier League anomaly, man. Richard Dunn, man. Oh, Jerry Barton, Richard Dunn. Sean Wright Phillips. Yeah, that was a Man City team for the ages, man. That was a Man City, man. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like on the video, subscribe. But yeah, man, it's been another good stream again. I'm gonna head off now. I'll be back later on BBK Sports channel at 3 o'clock. I'll be back talking everything Arsenal, man. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to him. That should be a very, very interesting stream as well. So yeah, man, should be good. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for another Tops in the Morning show before I head off. George Best never achieved any success with the national team. A lot harder to achieve it. Play for a small nation, only played to 26 and still regarded as one of the best to kick a ball. Yeah, obviously on about George, but obviously I've never seen him play in it, so only obviously highlights on what people have said that he was supposed to be sick. Apparently he was supposed to be really, really good, and whatnot. But yeah, mad. I didn't realize he only played till 26. That's mad. That's mad low, bro. City's worst CB ever, centre back ever. As well. So yeah, man. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. I'm gonna obviously head off, man. I'll catch you, man, on the flip side. Don't play at the game. Until next time, people. I'm off. Peace.